Hey everyone, welcome to NHL 07, the full season. This is the last game of the regular season. I'll be playing as the Chicago Blackhawks against the computer as the Dallas Stars. And as you can see, I got first place in my conference, first in the division. 70% winning percentage for me, 50% for Dallas. Goals for, I'm up 3.9 to 3.36. I'm leading in goals against 2.99 to 3.44. Leading on the power play 16.5% to 14.8. I'm leading on the penalty kill 90% to 85.7%. And as you can see, Dallas's standings 11th in the conference and 4th in the division, so they're probably not even going to make, well, of course they're not going to make the playoffs, because even if they won this game, I don't think it'd be enough to put them ahead of 3 teams. This is the last game of the season. Goalie profile, we're going to have Hobby Boolin start, as Crawford's going to be starting in the playoffs. And we got Raycroft for Dallas. So Hobby Boolin's got a higher rating, 88 to 82. So here we go. Probably, I might be able to finish the playoffs tomorrow. I don't know, that's a lot of games.
We're here at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to the final game of the regular season. I'm Jim Houston. And I'm Reg Season-Chi. We're here tonight for what's sure to be an emotionally charged game between the Dallas Stars and the Chicago Blackhawks.
The key for both sides tonight will be playing smart in their own end.
We've got a fast skating team up against a very balanced club that gets scoring right through its lineup.
But they both need to show determination on the defensive side of the puck.
Raycroft wearing a Toronto helmet and Dallas uniform.
Alright, now let's get down to center ice for the opening face-off. Face-off won by Halpern. To Letton. Here's he scores! Early first period goal.
He got a lot of wood on that backhand. They had the speed and pinpoint accuracy of a wrist shot. What a goal!
Former Blackhawks player.
It didn't take long for them to allow that first goal.
The defense will have to do a better job if they want to stay in this game. But they can't let a team think they can score on you at will.
To Zubov. Shoot it hard! Keith takes control. Out comes Marian Hossa. Fires up deep in the slot. Controls along the boards. Club save by Raycroft. To Halpern. Here come the Stars with a real urgency in their attack. Play ends as the puck is shot into the crowd.
Imagine that, my player's always missed the net.
They're getting ready for the face-off. Barnes won the draw. At center, they bring it over the line. Steered aside by Nick Hobby-Boolin. Shoots! Halverson scooped it up.
Oh, nice pass.
And that's icing.
How come my player didn't touch it? He's right there and he just let it go. They always cheat like that.
We're ready for the face-off. The face-off goes to the Blackhawks. Goes behind his net. Out they'll start. Shoots the puck. Easy stop for Raycroft.
Nice shot.
Just wide of the net.
Just wide of the net by more like 40 yards wide.
Dave Tippett led the Stars to a division title and a Western Conference best 111 points in his first season behind the bench.
That's right, Jim. And that finish was good for fourth highest point total by a first-year head coach in NHL history.
Nice pass.
And he's stopped by Ray Paul. Stevenson. Made the save. Delayed call. Keith will get the gate for interference.
Now, he's not thrilled with the penalty call, but he's only got himself to blame.
He interfered with me just as much as I interfered with him.
The coach doesn't like that call at all, and he's going to have a word with the official. Dallas is about to go to work on his first power play of the game. Let's see if they can cash in.
You want to establish a good power play lead? Don't score. Build confidence and keep momentum going.
Here's Gary Lebanon. He's a +1 in this game. One-time shot. And Dallas takes possession. Quick up to Lebanon. To Halpern. The goaltender will play the puck. Adam. To Jeff Halpern.
Oh, nice. My player goes into
Hangs on for the whistle.
a coma as he's had a chance.
About what this guy adds to the team.
Well, you see so many forwards these days that only play one way, but not this guy. He understands it's just as important to prevent goals as it is to score them.
We have a penalty call. Sidor gets called for hooking.
It's good to play with an edge, but if you go too far, you'll get the penalty.
Chicago gets a bit of a break that time, and maybe a chance for the momentum to swing their direction.
But until then, they'll face their opponents with 4 men on the ice.
Take it out. Chris.
Great anticipation, and keeps his team up by 1.
Under 2 minutes to go in this first period. Whitecroft made the save. Keith quickly jumps on the ice, and his return gives his team a power play. Now he carries it to center ice.
Who is he passing to?
He carries the puck to center. Dumped in by Hankman.
That's just cheating.
And time winds down as the first period comes to an end with the score 1-0.
Every time I try to pass the puck, they make my player look stupid and he passes like 20 yards away from any of his players, just like when they shoot the puck. There's no way a person can make it in the NHL if they pass or shot that bad. I'm pretty sure Dallas scored 1 goal on their first shot.
Chicago closed the door after giving up an early goal to start the first and trail 1-0 heading to the second.
Well, Jim, they'll have to have a better start here in the middle frame.
The faceoff goes to Dallas.
Imagine that.
Here's Jeff Halpern.
Look at that. I can't budge your players at all.
It's really out hitting them here in the second. Offside. He'll breathe a little easier now that he's on the score sheet for that 1 assist.
Well, maybe that'll loosen him up a bit. Sometimes that little bit extra confidence is all you need.
The faceoff goes to the Blackhawks. Shot one in front. Puck corralled by Niemann. Puck jumped on by Johnny. One-time net. Scores on the power play.
That one reminded me of a young Brett Hall. He was in perfect position to rip that one time.
Under 5 minutes into the second, and they've tied the game.
Now they've got a chance to play their game and really go on the offensive.
He passes the puck to Cassani. Dave up through center. They're into the attacking zone. Behind the net. It's hit into the boards. Chicago takes possession. They're over the blue line and on the attack. One-time net. That's blocked by the defender.
Pretty cool one.
But Jim, there's no way the goalie even saw that puck. He teed it up and let it rip.
With the game almost half over, they find themselves with a 1-goal lead.
Well, the trick now is to maintain control. Keeping your control under pressure is the key to success.
Help me.
That's offside.
Fairy.
Raycroft stood tall on that one. That was a booming slap shot,
But he stopped them cold.
the ref is signaling for the faceoff. Sharp won the draw. Into the slot, Raycroft made the save. Here's Yaroslav Move. Hasn't registered a shot on goal so far. Wrist shot, he scores! Almost halfway through the game and he's tied it up.
Wrist shots are so much more accurate, and he's a master. He just sits back and waits for the goalie to commit.
Chicago has lost the lead.
The smart thing here is to get right back to it. Take some shots, throw some hits.
What was that?
Don't let control of the game slip away.
He's getting called for high sticking.
Maybe it was an accident, maybe not. But you have to be responsible for your stick. Off he goes for high sticking.
Chicago has one power play goal already, and they'll get a second opportunity here. There's another faceoff win for Chicago. It goes wide. Chicago gets a hold of it. Front of the net. Shoots from the point. Puck cleared out by Niederman. Grabbed by Chicago. They're over the blue line and on the attack. Raycroft stopped back. Puck jumped on by Johnny. Cleared out of the zone by Boucher. Keith. Johnny. Halfway through this man advantage, and they're certainly getting their fair share of shots on goal. On the shot blocked. It didn't get through. Barnes. He clears it down the ice. Keith. Patrick. He shoots. He scores. And now he's got a pair.
The release on that shot is so quick. The goalie barely had time to react to the shot.
Nice goal. Face-off won by Hansen. Quick shot, and Raycroft makes a nice save. Oliver. He passes it to Sedona. In front. Bobby Bullen made the save. To Mayers, and out he comes. One-time shot.
Wow, what a save. Let that in and this becomes a different game entirely.
Went just wide of the net. Ball takes control of the puck. It's turned over in the neutral zone.
Look at that.
He intercepts it. Mayers dumps the puck in. Under 2 minutes to go in the second period. Into the slot. Backhand shot. Here's Yeri Lettinen.
Would that hit a force field or something?
He is knocked down by Jordan. He misses. Dallas grabs the puck. Great save, Nick Heavy Bullen. That'll wrap up the second. 3-2 is the score as we head to the break.
That one shot I took looked like it was right there in the net and just didn't go in, like it hit a force field. into the third period. Hopefully I can keep the lead.
Chicago is up 3-2, and it's time for the third period of this game. The puck is about to be dropped.
See, look, they showed the Dales playing in the penalty box.
The faceoff goes to the Stars.
Penalty's over.
Adam. The ref indicates a delayed call. Keith will get the gate for elbowing.
That elbow is going to mean some time in the box. And it help his team? No way.
Dallas will go on the power play once again. They weren't able to capitalize on their first power play. That's something to do here. Shots on goal.
Look at that. It just disappears off my stick and goes right onto theirs.
Adam.
Holding right there, they didn't call it.
Missed the net. Chicago scoops it up. Blocked over to Halpern. Adam.
What was that?
Passed over to Letton.
See, they do all these stupid things for my team to cheat.
Huge shot. Grabbed by Dallas. Adam picks off. Cleared down the ice by Jesus. Barnes behind the net. To Lassard. Now it's passed to Hackman. He's into the attacking zone. Dallas is now 0 for 2 on the power play. He steals the puck. Sharp. Now he's over the blue line on the attack. He scores! That's a big 2-goal advantage middle of the third.
Scoring on the backhand like that is a lost art in this league. It's nice to see a player with the skill to pull it off.
Chicago now has a commanding position here in the third.
But they haven't won yet. Have to stay focused to protect the lead.
He steals it. Into the corner he goes. Shoots the puck from the slot. Great call. Turns him away. One touch. Another stop. Victor. Another shot. That's blocked that didn't get through. Just wide of the net. Jordan. Another shot. Big save by Raycroft. Victor. That's icing. Raycroft got enough of that hard slap shot to change its course.
They're putting tons of shots on him.
About to drop the puck. Face off won by Miedman. Here's Daryl Sador. He passes the puck to Clem. Now it's passed to Lassard. Stevenson. One-timer. It goes wide. Here's Duncan Keith.
What was that? I passed it forward and he throws it behind
Hogan is
him.
out to play the puck. Patrick, slap shot. Outstart the Stars. Up to Lassard. Keith grabs the puck. Right in front. Big shot from behind the net. Shoots the puck. Grabbed by Dallas. Down to the final 2 minutes of it. Letton. Boucher. Adam. Less than a minute to go with this third period. Over to Hagman. Shoots the puck from the left.
Take my time out.
They're getting ready for the faceoff.
breakaway.
I wouldn't want to be setting a screen in front of him. A 3-goal lead late in the third. That's pretty much sealed the deal. They've really shown what they're capable of tonight. The late penalty coming up. He gets called for hooking.
That's not Adam Burris's picture.
His intensity got him into trouble that time.
Adam Burris is another player that I created because he wasn't in the game at the time.
You can see that coach isn't too happy about the call.
And they always do that. They put some other
Chicago
player.
has been deadly on the power play tonight, and they'll get another chance again here. And you can't keep giving this team chances and expect to win the game. Barnes picks it up. He dumps it in. He gets moved over, jumped off by Chicago. They turn it back the other way. Round the back, along the boards. Whitelaw, stoned him cold. Down to the final seconds of the third. Shoots it quickly. Chicago with it now. Johnny dumps it in. And they get called for icing.
Are you kidding? 0.3 seconds left.
Dallas needs to get something going here. Well, Jim, how about getting a few shots on goal? That'd be a good start. They've been reluctant to shoot the puck. That's time to be battled back. It's all over now. Chicago wins this game and keeps the streak alive. After we wrap it up at ice level, tonight's 3 stars of the game will be presented by Dodge. Check out the all-new 2007 Dodge Nitro. Grab life by the horns. From Dallas, Texas, I'm Jim Houston. And I'm Craig Simpson. For EA Sports, goodbye. See you next time.
So we actually have them 26-12. Hit him 75-49. They let him face-offs, but important thing is we let them score. They led their attack time. They had 6:55 down at my end of the ice. I had the puck for 6:38 down at their end of the ice. So that shows I was able to score 5 goals in less time than they scored 2 goals in their time. I was 2 for 2 on the power play. They went 0 for 2. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and look at the end of the season, regular season results before we run into the playoffs. I put all those teams on man player. Simulate this game and get it over with. I don't know why they have to show that every time. Simulate this game. Go ahead and simulate this last game. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the final standings. Eastern Conference, here's who all went. I'll go ahead and go through the divisions. Northeast Division, Buffalo, Ottawa, Montreal all went from that division. Boston and Toronto did not make it. New Jersey Devils, Clincher Division, and get the Flyers and the Islanders going. Rangers and Penguins didn't make it. Hurricanes and the Lightning are going. Caps, Panthers, and Thrashers aren't going. There's a look at the East. It's going to be Montreal at Buffalo, Tampa Bay at New Jersey, Islanders at Carolina, and Ottawa at Philadelphia. See who just missed the playoffs. New York Rangers missed by 1 game. They're 2 points behind from Montreal. Boston was quite a few points behind. Central Division, we got Chicago, Chicago, Columbus, and Nashville. Detroit and St. Louis did not make it. Pacific Division, San Jose and LA. Phoenix, Dallas, and Anaheim did not make it. In the Northwest Division, it's Calgary, Minnesota, and Colorado. So it's going to be LA at Chicago, Nashville at Calgary, Colorado at San Jose, and Columbus at Minnesota. We will see all playoff games, and just like regular season, I'll be controlling the Chicago Blackhawks. All the rest of the teams will be controlled by the computer. Take a look at the player statistics. So, most points, Joe Thornton's leading, Peter Forsberg's in second, Danny Heatley up there in third, got Rudini, Agane, and Chichu. Goals, Peter Forsberg led in goals, Rudina, Tanguay, Rubiero, Datsuk. Joe Thornton led an assist. Plus minus goes to Mike Knubel. Power play goals, Renina. Leading penalty minutes, Adam Bursch. Shorthanded goals, Danny Heatley. Game-winning goals, Peter Forsberg. Peter Forsberg seems to be up there quite a bit. Game-tying goals. There really are no tied games in here, so I don't see why that statistic exists. Jan Rudina leads in shots, 361. Shooting percentage, Antti Laaksonen, never heard of him. He's got 50%. He probably took one shot, scored. Oh, he's got 2 shots, so. Yeah, he scored 1 goal and 2 shots. That puts him at first place in the league. Faceoffs won, Jason Arnott, 345, tied with Joe Sakic. Faceoffs taken, Jonathan Taves, 664. Faceoff percentage, Henrik Zetterberg with 100%, tied with Colley, Alfredson, and Stahlberg and Sullivan. But look at other faceoffs. They all take, okay, they've all taken 1 except for Kevin Colley's taken 3. Hits, Chris Neal, 387. Patrick Kane, I can't believe 3rd place in the league in hits in real NHL. Patrick Kane wouldn't be up there, but you got Kane, Taves, and Hossa all up there. I think that's just because I got him on so many lines. Giveaways, Nicholas Jalmerson, 71. That's not good. He's one of my players. Takeaways, Todd Bertuzzi, 84. Minutes, Matthias Olin, 2,500 minutes played. Okay, we really don't, height, weight, and their left or right-handedness doesn't really make much of a difference. Okay, so now we're going to go to goalies. Games played. Cam Ward, 81 games. Goals against average. Of course, you're going to have a lot of people with zeros. Morrison's got 6. Look at that. They got the best goals against average because they didn't play any games. Wins, Martin Brodeur, 51. Marty Turco's got 49. Ryan Miller, 49. Losses, that's not something you want to be in the lead of. Kerry Lettman, the one that just got beat by me. I just gave him his 49th loss. Switch to the bottom of the list. Goals against, Ray Emery, 278. Former Blackhawk player. Ty Conklin's up there. Tim Thomas. At least none of my current players are up there. Save percentage, Caron. Played 2 games. Okay, he played 2 games. He's got no wins. He's got no losses. He's got 100% save percentage. What, he played for like 1 minute of each game? "14 shots against him. Played 40 minutes, so he played like 1 period of each game. Shots against, John Sebastian Jaguar, 1,834. Joseph Theodore with 1,801. Shutouts, Ray Emery and Henrik Lundqvist with 3. Jose Luongo, Tellqvist, Brodeur, and probably many more, 2. Minutes played, Cam Ward's got 4,835 minutes. That's a lot of time. Martin Brodeur, Thomas Vokoun. I'm probably at the bottom of the list, my players, my 2 goalies, because I spread them out quite a bit. Well, you know what? I'm not going to bother looking them up. Penalty minutes. Ila Briskalov with 6. Tim Thomas with 6. Hasek, Lundqvist, Niemi, Miller, 4. Really, the only way you get penalties is like the tripping penalty we've seen in the last game, Buffalo and Atlanta. That was by Ryan Miller. He was right here on the list. But other than that, the only other penalty you're usually going to see by goalies in this particular game are if you cross out of the restricted area. Of course, it's very rare to see any goalies with any goals. The only way you could really score a goal for a goalie is if the other team pulls their goalie and you happen to just pass the puck down to the other end of the ice and make it in. Assists, we got Hobby Boone with 4, Steve Mason's got 2, Marty Turco with 2, Denis Briskalov and Lundqvist with 1, Hobby Boone 1 leads in points, and I guess height and weight doesn't matter. Now what I'm going to do, take a look at the Chicago Blackhawks players' statistics, and particularly Crawford played 62 games. Hobby Boom played 32. Goals against. I guess we really don't need to sort them since there's only 2 of them. Save percentage is pretty close. Crawford's got 4 penalty minutes. Hobby Boom with 2. I can't believe Crawford doesn't have any assists. Hobby Boom's got 4 of them. What's the difference between forwards and all? Oh, okay, never mind. I guess defensemen wouldn't be considered forwards now, would they? Games played. I think pretty much everyone who hasn't got injured played. So Frolik and Versteeg didn't play every game. Most led the team in points. Kane and Taves each with 80, right behind them. Goals goes to Jonathan Taves with 43, Andrew Burnett at 41, and Marian Hossa had 35. Brent Seabrook led in assists with 56. Patrick Kane, Duncan Keith, and Marian Hossa all tied with 50. Plus minus, Brent Seabrook plus 45. Duncan Keith plus 39. Andrew Burnett plus 23. I had the longest time not knowing how plus or minus works. For anyone else who doesn't know, it's anytime a goal is scored, like if your team scores a goal, all 5 of the players on the ice gets a plus out of it. If the other team scores a goal, all of your players on the ice gets a minus. That's how the plus minus works. I could never figure it out. I was trying to look at the goals, the assists, the points, trying to multiply and divide them to try to figure out where this plus minus comes from, but finally ended up realizing, not sure how I learned it, but eventually one point throughout my years of being a hockey fan, I learned that it depends on whether or not you're on the ice when a goal is scored. Power play goes Hossa with 13, Burnett and Kane tied with 11. Penalty minutes, Brian Bickle 119, Dave Bolin 98, Taves 97. Short-handed goals, Michael Hanzus has 3. Patrick Sharp, Marian Hossa with 1. Game-winning goals, Hossa leads with 7. Shots, Andrew Burnett 200. That's weird. Andrew Burnett leads in shots. I think it'd be like Taves or Kane, the guys in they're always starting. Save percentage, or shooting percentage. Taves at 24.86%. Face-offs 1. Taves 336. 664. For 50% face-off percentage. Kane leads in hits. 352, Taves with 320. Giveaways, takeaways, minutes. Keith and Seabrook, of course, are top 2 defensemen. Let's go back to goals. Who all has how many goals? Taves with 43, Burnett 41, Hossa 35. Sean O'Donnell is the only player on my team who does not have a goal. Except for the goalies, of course. But everyone's got a point. Sean O'Donnell isn't even a Blackhawk player anymore. He was like 40 years old when he played with the Blackhawks. That was just like maybe a couple years ago. Maybe last year. Well, see, this is 07, he was 35. So it would have been 2012. Actually, I think it was 2011 because I think these rosters came from 06. But Anyway, yeah, he was pretty old, so he didn't play very long with the Blackhawks. But the only reason I kept him on my team is because I needed a defenseman, and I didn't feel like creating any more players. Okay, now the moment we've all been waiting for. Playoff treat. So the next game we're going to see, actually we'll have to figure out how I'm doing it, but okay, so probably be Montreal at Buffalo. No, I don't want it to be the 8th seed against the 1st seed for the very first game. I'll save that for towards the end. Maybe we'll start with the 5th. Wait. That's the 5th and 4th seed. I don't know, it's hard to say. Maybe I'll go ahead and start with the eighth seed and 1st seed. So yeah, first game we're probably going to see is Montreal at Buffalo. Then we'll probably see Los Angeles at Chicago. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you in the next video, which will either be the first playoff game, or I might throw in another game because I do have some more Nintendo games to put in there. I'm also going to be eventually possibly starting, I don't know about this week, but I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite Super Nintendo games. I already did my top 10 favorite regular Nintendo games. Doing this top 10 Super Nintendo games are kind of hard because, as I mentioned in previous videos, with the original Nintendo games, I rented games from like 1989 to 1993, so there were a lot of games I've rented. I've had a lot of favorite games. With Super Nintendo, I've only rented games from like 93 to 94. And I kind of just stopped renting games. I think because by that point I had a job myself. So my dad decided he wasn't going to rent games for me anymore since I was making my own money. Although I didn't want to spend too much money renting games. But anyways, I also began driving at that point, so I spent more time driving, riding around with friends, than actually playing video games. But anyways, that's the plan coming up. Hope you enjoyed the game, and I'll see you in the next video.